Say Salawat Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. For the safety and the security of all the Mu'mineen all over the world, and especially all the Muslims, including India, Kashmir, Palestine, Syria, Afghanistan, in Iraq as well, and especially the land of our Imam Abu Salam. May Almighty Allah protect us all Mu'mineen and all Muslimin from all types of diseases and for all types of difficulties. Say Salawat Muhammad wa أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم الرسول النبي الأمي الهاشمي القرشي المكي المدني لسيدنا وشفيعنا وطبيب قلوبنا أبي القاسم محمد السلام على أمير المؤمنين وإمام المتقين وسيدة النساء العالمين والحسن الحسين السيدي شباب أهل الجنة وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله تعالى وتبارك في كلام المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله نور السماوات وما في الأرض صلى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعجل فرجه. My dear brothers, elders, youngsters, my sisters, daughters, and ladies and gentlemen, collectively, we started in last Thursday. We opened some discussion trying to find the missing links between us and the Imam of time. A snapshot was that for the last 40 minutes and last Thursday, we saw particularly that between us and Imam, the biggest hurdle is over attitude. Over attitude in terms of what? That we are full of lies. We ended up, we maneuver the lies, we create the lies, and then we will try to make our Imam happy with these spiritual diseases, which is incorrect by all means, by all structures in the world. You cannot build a castle with lies. If your foundation is not correct, you can't reach on the top. We also discovered in the last week as well that which type of a nur is the guarantee in the skies and in the earth. We also came to conclusion that last day that everybody's trying to have some kind of a power, either in a mosque, in a center, in a house, and everybody's trying to change everybody, but nobody's ready to change himself or herself. So this was the conclusion of the last one. Those who were not there. Okay. We also tried to understand what? That in the conceptual framework of Islam, Tawheed, if it is not purified, if it has some fallacies, it has some shortcomings, it means that we are taking some kind of deviation or getting deviated from the line of God. What is the line of God? Is that, okay, when Nur is there, His authority is there, so then why we are crying in this world? Why we are having sorrows? Islam is completed, the religion is completed, the guidance is completed, the book has been with us. Okay, the galaxy of the pious leadership is with us. We claim that Ahlul Bayt are also with us. But again, when we enter into our homes and houses, lot of problems are there. When we come into the mosque and Imam Bargas, lot of problems are there. So something is missing seriously. So Almighty Allah's command is also Nemat, means blessing. Quran is also blessing, means Nemat, right? On the day when Islam was completed, that day is also Nemat, right? When we have so many blessings around us, even then, we are not happy with ourselves, we are not happy with our elders, we are not happy with our sisters, daughters, mothers. So many things are going around at micro level, and then we see at macro level, means it's the biggest canvas. So many things are going on. Let's take one step further today, right? Why people are hungry for power? Anson Hardy, a very famous expert of leadership, he has explained three main reasons why human being is greedy in order to capture the power. Number one, his main reason of getting into leadership is to show the power to others that how much elegant, intelligent, and powerful is he. Whereas the men of God don't do these things. Example. Let's see the example right. Khomeini, Imam Khomeini, a Saint Khomeini, an Arif person, a soldier of Almighty Allah in the present days. He was lying in a hospital, right? Well, lying in a hospital, and here comes the time of namaz. He was not able to stand up. He was not able even to sit. He was lying on the bed. Okay. His own son was helping him to do the wudu, and he was not able even to move his own body. His own son was helping him how to do sajda, because the father told him, whatsoever the condition is, your salat is not being performed, you are not a Muslim. Mu'min is other part. You are not Muslim. So salat, whatsoever the condition is, even if you are in a bed of death, your clothes are not clean, even then, you have to perform your namaz. So that namaz is being dying in our houses. That's one of the issues. Because we lie with the desire, and we take the desire as a step of ladder towards the nearness of Allah. And that is one of the issues. Point number two, according to that expert, why a human being has become so greedy in this world. Number one, I have already explained to you. This is number two. He is in the galaxy of the relationship. His priority has gone down. He's not able to prioritize. Right? A book of very famous experts, The 100. I imagine why those people, the group of scholars, put Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the top, whereas they were not Muslim. Even some of the experts believe that they were not having any religion. But when they examined the life of Prophet Muhammad, they were convinced that this is an ideal human being created by Allah. An ideal human being. An ideal human being is created by Allah, And when we examine him, he was the least person asking for any worldly thing. He was out of any greediness. So if we are the followers of the last messenger, we keep greediness in ourselves, whereas we claim that we are the follower of that last messenger, so there is no connection. The greediness. First was a lie. Why over Imam? That was a missing link. Second is greediness. Let's see what greediness can do. Okay. Thomas Hardy, a very famous expert from the English culture and English literature. Another one, a guru of the task culture in the organizations, Charles Handel. In his own research, right, people come greedy only on two reasons, and then they build many reasons. Reason number one, when they feel threatened that their position is being taken away by somebody else. When they feel threatened. When they feel threatened. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. When you go and see the life of Ali the Great, what was the main threats in the eyes of companions of Prophet Muhammad from Ali the Great? Ali was superior than everybody in knowledge, and that greediness came and it got converted into personal envy, which is called hustle. So it first starts from greediness, remember. Okay. Point number 3, according to that researcher, which is very, very important point for us. What? People have less positive competition. People have more negative competition. My brother has this house. My daughter has this car. What about your daughter? What about your mother? My son is this, my son is this. What about you? What about you? What about you? What about him? What about him? There is absolutely no parameter in the count of Allah. In the court of Allah. Only in akramakum indallahi atqakum. That is the only parameter in the court of Allah. Only God-fearing people will be near the God. You may be the scientist or you may be the laborer. Let's see one example so the youngster will understand this one right. We always say, we find in the history of Ali the Great, what? Ali was working like a laborer. Ali was working like a peasant. Ali was working like a farmer. Ali was working like sometime a cobbler, sometime mason, and sometime calligrapher. Have you ever thought? Let me give the practical example. Practical example. Go and touch the hands of the laborer. You will feel their hands are tough. Tough. Very, very tough. Very hard. Go and ask any calligraphic schemes, right? The Greek philosopher, the guru of the calligraphy, right? Okay, Dr. Shorten said, if your hands are hard, you cannot pick up a pen because the pen needs delicacy. Look at the shining shades of Ali the Great. In one hand, he's a laborer. On another hand, is a super calligrapher. The hands. Hands. Okay, another one. If somebody is a cobbler, so his fingers movements are different. But that same person cannot be a painter. Cannot be painter. It's a difficult for me because the movements are the different. Let's see. I'm sure brother doctor is here. If somebody is a surgeon, his fingers movement with that experience moves in a different way. It doesn't mean that he has 6 fingers. No. He has the same fingers like we have. But his style, his movement is so delicate. It moves in a rhythmic way. It's a rhythmic way. Right? But see Ali Rasulullah. Once a Christian scholar was making a comparison between Ali the Great and Jesus, and he came to the point there were many issues where Jesus seemed to be lesser than Ali the Great. Two of them. Number one, what? It is difficult to perform a duty as an ideal husband in a life where the society is like animal touch. The society is showing animal touch, right? Whereas Jesus was having no family, no children. He himself was a miracle, but Ali was a surrounding of miracles. He was a father, he was a warrior, he was a leader, he was a husband, he was a son. He was a great grandson as well. So there, when he was making comparison, so oh my goodness. Another thing, right? Okay, let's see another one. When somebody does a job without reading any book, without meeting any scholar, without sitting in the society of any learned people, without having any company, without being customized with those people who are knowledgeable, that person is known as ignorant. And I am stunned, that researchers say, I am stunned. What? Ali the Great one time is living with the most ignorant people. On the other hand, he is sitting with the most eloquent people. He was a glittering star in the party of Prophet Muhammad. And when he was sitting in the ignorant, he was behaving like a child in order to teach them. You are no more ignorant. You are a people of Almighty Allah. What? These are the few standards. We said last time that in the part of Tawheed, you're not allowed to follow somebody, right? Because Allah has given you an authority and you are responsible for your action. Somebody texts me, Dr. Sam, we did understand, but we need a little bit more explanation. Okay. In terms of over Tawheed is different. Tawheed of Prophet Muhammad is different. We do learn Tawheed from parents. Because I born in Shia house, because I'm Shia. I born in Sunni house because I'm Sunni. I saw my parents what they were doing. That's why I'm doing the same thing. But this is not the principle in the court of Allah. In the court of Allah is that if your parents were Hindus, then there is no fault of you. That's why when you become what? In a part of a prudential physical, when you become physically prudential, right? And you got a touch of prudence, the akal. So you're responsible for your own actions. What will happen on the day when Hindus will come? Oh Almighty Allah, I saw my parents, they were doing it, there is no my fault. It's not. But don't say like that Dr. Naqvi is against taqleed. Let me give you, alhamdulillah, in Shia, taqleed is one of the pillars. Our survival is at risk if taqleed is not there. Our survival is at risk. Because, example, how many years Ali the Great has lived in the period of Abu Bakr, Omar and Usman? Very quietly. Do ask your scholar and researchers who come on the pulpit, right? What were the main reason Ali the Great kept quiet? Apart from that, he wanted to save Shias. Apart from that, only there are few lessons. We need to examine it. We need to learn it. Number one, there was a chain of the command of Ali the Great. Ali had appointed some people. Those who cannot come directly to Ali the Great, they used to go to the appointed authority of Ali the Great. And that is the beginning of taqleed. Even the Imam was there. These are the shades. Many people say when Imam is there, so taqleed is not there. That's not. Imam physically can go USA, England, Medina. Miracles are there. But in this world, you're living in England, would these children believe that Imam can go physically in every part of the world? See, his representatives, his ambassadors are there, chain by chain, chain by chain. So 25 to 27 years, Imam Ali the Great kept quiet, and through the chain, he has created his chain. He has his own trusted deputies, and they were spreading the messages, right? For the sake of the glory of Islam, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ali kept his promise with the Prophet Muhammad. Did not fight for his right, but fight for the rights of the people of Allah. Fight for the rights of his religion. Okay. And he also found fighting against any tyrant who was against the humanity. And that is why Ali is badly needed in all times. Either the time is in the past, or the time is in the present, or the time is in the future. Asul-ad-Din is a symbol of the structure. And the structure needs what? Some resources, empowerment. You are in the world of businesses, right? And the structure is very important. You go in a hospital, you see structure. You go in any business organization, you see a structure. And then there is a security, there is authority, and there is a leadership as well, correct? Some people are running the structure, some people are managing the structure, some people are creating the structure. But who has created the structure of Islam? Almighty Allah. Even your last messenger cannot change the order of namaz. 2 rakat namaz of Fajr, wajib, Prophet cannot make 3. Because this is his structure. Allahu Akbar. This is his structure. So never compromise on these things. Many people come, oh mashallah, I will make some slogans, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, Ya Ali, and my prayer is done. We also understand this social media, that what is happening, but don't worry about that. This social media is also one of the fitna. It is. If you don't use it properly, so your blessing will become fitna. How can you understand? One halal thing can be haram. One haram thing cannot be halal. But it is possible. For example, the month of Ramadan is coming. So you don't eat. What about the halal things? Would they turn into haram? No. Halal things will remain haram. And they will remain halal. But you are in the covenant of Allah. And that is why during the fasting month, you are not allowed to touch anything which is against the structure of Subhanallah. So this is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons. Ali ﷺ is the custodian of the structure of Almighty Allah's religion. After Prophet ﷺ. How? If I say that Islam is the religion of all worlds, has Islam reached to all worlds? Tell me. 198 countries, only 37 countries are Muslim. Out of Muslims, only 3 countries have Shia Muslims. Rest of Muslim, few. And even Islam is not real. See here on Pakistan's Prime Minister what he's saying. Oh, Tayyib Erdogan, we are with you. We feel sorry that your soldiers have been killed. And the same Prime Minister was keeping quiet when Qasem Soleimani was killed. Standard. What? Hypocrisy. Munafqat. That is not Islam. That is not Islam. The state can be Islam, government is not still Islamic. So as the structure is in the custodian of Ali the Great, right? Why I'm saying Ali the Great? Why I'm saying it? There is example for it. Look, from Imam Hassan till Imam Mahdi, Imam Hassan till Imam Mahdi. In all periods of Imam, Shiite Muslims were being killed, even your Imams being killed. Go and ask to anybody. Many people say, sir, 1400 years back, we need to sit down together. We all are Muslims. Don't talk about these issues. Don't talk about these issues. We need to bring unity. Unity. Bring unity. Why not? Unity is very, very important. What will happen on the day of the judgment when Ali is standing there? Then say on that day as well, oh Mawla, we need unity. Take everybody in a Jannah. What will happen on that day? Good question. Mawla, we were doing the unity in the world that Muslims should not feel. There is no unity. The unity is only when somebody is believing in justice. Regardless of your own faith, either you Christian, you Jew, you Muslim, if you believe in justice, you are in a canvas of humanity. And that is why Imam of time will bring the justice. He is a source. Because Allah's command is not working properly at the moment. We believe in Allah's command, right? We believe in Allah's command. But Allah's command is being exercised with the justice. That's why in your structure, after Tawheed, which institution is coming? Adl. Adl. After Tawheed is Adl. When you have accepted Almighty Allah, then there is nobody else. That is one of the reasons of Allah. I was reading the doctor's Camerton's research that why Shiite Quran and Sunni Muslim brothers Quran are being under the propagation. There is a great propaganda. The Shiite Quran is this, that, and Sunni's Quran is this, that. I came to conclusion with this one. But the conclusion is very simple. What? People are believing that Allah's command will be injected in this world through somebody who happened to be Imam Mahdi. Some are believing he will be coming in this world. Some are believing what? He is already born. He is in occultation. He will reappear in the according to the command of Allah. But unfortunately, what is happening? What is happening according to that research? What? People have no clue about this idea that even if they don't believe in anybody, but they are under the command of Allah. The two angels are with you. How can you run away from there? And these angels on every Thursday, they go into the court of Imam of time, Imam al-Amana, and they present the register. Mawla, this is your Shia. Mawla, this is your Shia. Mawla, this is your Shia. And you see the register, what they have done. And then Imams start crying. You make me cry more. You make me cry more. Honestly, I'm not against your society. I'm not against any culture. You can have many conferences like that. But remember, when we die, this hand, these eyes, these nose will not be in my command. Honestly. And this is the mystery. This is the gratitude of Almighty Allah's command in this world. What? There are many reasons today. Haya, hijab is the issue. For brother, there is a big problem. My sister is not doing hijab. For husband, there is a big problem. My wife is not doing hijab. For father, is a big problem because daughter is not doing hijab. Even a woman, whatsoever the character she is in this world, getting moderated, living modesty. We are living modesty. So many issues are going on. We are living in a Western world. We are living not in an Islamic society, but at least we can do one thing. At least we can do one thing. Try to dress up like in a way where your modesty should be observed properly. At least modesty. Your dress needs your attention. At least you can set this principle. We all are unstable. As a husband, as a father, myself as well. I'm part of you. First time addressing to myself. Am I making a justice being as a father? On the day of the judgment, Sayyid as a father will ask me, what you have given to your children. My father said that you can only provide best to your children is what? Your upbringing and education. Did I make it justice? Being as a brother? Being as a husband? Being as a father? No. I was working, I was praying, I was fighting, I didn't have the power. No, that is the reason. Okay. When we are going into the grave, very first night, these hands will go against me. Mawla, this person used these hands haram. These eyes will, Mawla, this is the person who used these eyes haram. Means you were the champions when you were alive. You were saying, this is my authority. I'm going in a gym. I'm a wonderful person. I'm showing my muscle. I'm showing my information. And I'm showing this thing and that thing. Nothing is for you. You are nothing. We are nothing. Blessing is coming from Him. And that is why our Imam said, our fourth Imam said, what? Try to repent before people start repenting upon you. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. You can't get the benefit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us courage to understand this one. So we may realize this one, that we all are moving one day on the same, where the people have already gone. People who have lost their father. One of the, it is there, so few words for the Masai, and then I will be completing this one. People who have lost their fathers and people who have lost their mothers. Two different things. When you have lost your mother, almost 80% life is gone. And when you lose your father, it's at 20%. See the balance? If you have known your mother, 80% life is gone. Tell me what is that? Aka Shahid Bakrus Sadrs. Read this one. Say my salam to my mother. I'm not able to salam to my mother. How can I be able to salam to my Imam? His students ask him, you the scholar, you're the eminent scholar. How can you feel pain? Now what Shahid Bakr Sadr said. I cannot forget that hadith that a person came to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Said, Mawla, my mother is very weak. She is very old. I physically take her to bath. I physically take her to the toilet. I physically take her wherever she wants to go. And it's been many years. Have I done something good job for my mother?